It's another beautiful Friday and it's time to get sporty. Welcome to Sports Insight on Family Radio and Family TV. They call me Modix Airo, and today, all the way from Milan, Italy, that is Tusker FC Communication Officer Diana Yonah. She's here with us this beautiful evening. And if you just didn't know about Diana, she's the kind of a lady who has conquered what we call sports management in this country and across the continent, because she's the first Kenyan woman in sports to be awarded a FIFA Masters Scholarship on Football Administration. Karibu sana, Diana.
Asante, thank you very much for this humble opportunity, for the good introduction that you just given me. I can't say further. Thank you.
Great, fantastic. It's good to see you, and it's great to have you in this segment of Sports Insight. And let's just start from matters to do with, it was the time for COVID-19, and everybody is complaining about COVID-19, and here comes Diana Yonah, who gets a scholarship to do football administration. How was it? How did you take in such kind of news?
Bearing in mind that I applied it twice before getting it the third time. So I believe first it was actually my time to get into the FIFA Master, my time to just study, because yes, it's not the perfect time for studies. A lot of schools have been shut down. When I got the news, I was with my family, and yes, I love being with my family and I love my job. But again, it's something that I've always wished to do. So what I did, I just took it with both hands, started preparing. And in UK, it has not been easy because a lot of tests here and there. You need to sanitize. I don't know, they tell you like wear your mask every day. If you walk, wear your mask. There is lockdown. So, but that has not limited us because of the support that you've got from the first one in UK, because that's where we were at first, with the Montfort University, also with FIFA and the CIS team. Also, when we came to Italy, the same support we've been given. So it's 2 weeks quarantine in UK. Again, here it's 2 weeks quarantine, and there was lockdown. So it's kind of crazy, but yes, we're soldiering on.
That's great. That's great. It's good to know that you're doing well despite this crazy time that we are facing as the whole world. But what does this football administration, first of all, entail, if you want to tell people? Because football administration is something that is not so much discussed about when it comes to sports. So I want you just to tell our viewers and our listeners, what does football administration entail?
Actually, our football administration entails a lot of things, and which are, if you want to become a sports manager, you need to know. Because at first, I'm a journalist, yes, by profession, but since I was in the football world, I needed to tackle things professionally because there is something to do with marketing, there is fans. As in sports, as a business, it's just a different kind of business. It's not like any supermarket or any shop you're going to start, or any cloth franchise you're going to start, because the sports entails marketing, budgeting, finance, travel here and there, the players. It has different stakeholders, the community is there. So by this, the FIFA sports management course, which I started first, I started in South Africa to get to bridge. It's the same sports management course, but that was the certificate. So I said I need to get my master's in the same. So whereby we start by discussing the humanities of sports, get to know the history of different kinds of sports, from rugby, football, athletics, cricket, all this kind of sports. Then we get into knowing how to communicate, how the world is from the different clubs' perspective, because we also had tutors from FIFA. Fatma Samora was there. We get to interact with the UEFA, the different clubs, and the different sports to go visit. We just visited some couple of stadiums. We couldn't manage because of Corona, so it was difficult for us, but all was done virtually again. So apart from that, there is the management module, sustainability. We got to learn about marketing, a lot of finance. It's really intense. And Also, there's the international law. So it's really broad. And with that, as a sports manager for real, you need to know it, because I know in Kenya, yes, I say this as a journalist, but I didn't really get into knowing like the bit of sports journalism, what I really should do,
Yes.
and the history behind the sport that I love. A lot of people just know, like, yeah, it's football, but where did it start? What's that football? Is it in Egypt? Did it start in Africa, or did it start in UK? So a lot of it just comes in by studying the sports that you love, which I really am getting a lot of knowledge.
Great, great, fantastic. And you've just talked about sports on the on the European continent, or let us say the first world countries and in Africa. As being a student of sports, this sports scholarship, I just want you to tell us what is the difference that you have realized between how sports is managed in this in our country and how it's managed in a country maybe maybe in Italy or maybe in Britain.
Sports, I can say sports in my country, the only thing that we really lack is the management skills, the structures, and professionalism. Actually, professionalism actually entails a lot of things all put together, because yes, we have the players, yes, we have our sponsors who are willing to support, but again, the managers, those who manage, are they professional enough? Like, can you, is it somebody or people who you can trust with your money? Because guys are investing sports, like business, something like sports, it's hard for you to know the return on investments which you're going to get. So if I invest in you, I need to get some returns. On this other end, the guys are pushing, the guys, like, we want to act professional. We are looking at 5 years from now,
Yes.
benchmarking from each other, trying to see what the other person is doing that I'm not doing, what's making the other person better. But for us, most of us, you just sit it down in Kenya, like, I'm not going to see what Ugandans are doing, because Ugandans are good in some form of structures where there are funds coming to the ground and they're not coming to our side. So a lot of benchmarking is done on this side, a lot of professionalism. And yes, the most of the companies are on this side, so maybe that's why they also have structures. But again, we have also companies, good companies from our side, and also we can partner with this other side to see how we can try to uplift ours. So it's a matter of just adjusting, bringing professionalism in the game, and it's business. It's business, yes, but again, sports is something that you're supposed to unite us. We shouldn't forget that something
Yeah.
like football, whatever, it's also entertainment. It's not just only business. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. You've talked about sports management and in the different countries, especially vis-a-vis the one how we run it in Kenya. But now I just want to get a little bit, get back home to Diana as a person, and I'm so curious to know what really tipped you off to start participating, especially in sports administration, given that you're a sports journalist.
What made me is after studying my journalism,
Yes.
then one lecturer to the University of Nairobi introduced me to the Super Sport, told me, you apply for this. So I went for my interview. I used to work at KBC Citizen as an intern. Then I was like, I still need to do this sport. So I find myself going to the sites during the lunch break. Then I'm like, this is not my thing. News is just not my thing.
Yeah.
I need to do a lot of sports. So when I went to Super Sport, I think I got a breakthrough, because from there I got attached to Tusker.
Yes.
Tusker Football Club. So I looked into, I was like, there's some things missing, because there were these several Facebook pages that these are scattered, no website, no nothing. So I was like, no, I love this team and something needs to be done.
Yeah.
So at a young age, I just did approach the CEO confidently. I was like, I need to do this. So I volunteered for 2 years. Then later I got my contract. So by doing that, like on a daily basis, I'll say I was still naive, and I was still handling like, yeah, it's just normal. Then it's just hit me like, this is not normal, because I have to do a lot of things, because I saw we need to sell jerseys. I need to manage, the CEO was giving me some things to manage, the administrative ways. Then you are dealing with a lot of people in the sports spectrum, and they can ask you something. How am I going to answer? So I was like, no, I need to invest more of my knowledge, because this one is journalism and now this one is sports. I'm inside the sports management system. So I really need to add in more knowledge. So that really pushed me. And to date, I'm still going further. So yeah, I can say it's something that I set foot on, and I raised my target. I needed and I hit my goals, and I'm happy I'm achieving them.
Great, fantastic. Talking about how you started indulging and getting into sports and all your interest in sports, I just want you to let me know, is this something that you always wanted to do since your young age? And what is the drive, what is the passion behind you as a sports administrator?
Yeah, it's funny enough. I started loving sports from my childhood in church. I'm a Seventh-day Adventist.
Yes.
So we used to have these camporees, we have these 1 week of prayer, we have these church events. And I used to play with a lot of boys. I have a lot of brothers.
Yes.
So one day we were playing football. So I was playing as a defender. Then they just called me Mona Sporty from that day.
Yeah.
The guy who named me, sorry, he died, so rest in peace. But long live Mona Sporty, I'm still here, because from that day, so from the church days, going to the camporees and winning. And then there was one Pan-African camporee in Nairobi, which we beat Seychelles in football. So when I was playing, it was like combined mixed men and women. So after that, also in high school, I played sports and also was the sports journalism group. So it continued. I played basketball, and so I was like, yeah, it's a sport thing. It's in me. I think I'm well built for the game. So something like that. Yeah.
That is great. That is fantastic. You've talked about that you are an Adventist, and on that note, I just want you to tell me how does it look like to prioritize Christ when it comes to your pursuit for your achievements in sports?
It is really, to me, it's really important, simply because I'm from a Christian family, and all this could have not happened if it's not even for their prayers, because there's sometimes a lot of things go in my mind, and I'm like, where should I run to?
Yes.
I start praying, and then there is my mom and my dad, my sisters. They tell us like, D, just keep praying, just pray. So like 2 years back, like every start of the year, we have a ritual in my family whereby we gather together and pray, set our goals. So every time that we've been doing that, we say that we're praying for this year, may you achieve this. So it has always been, I can say, prayers in my family has actually been my pillar, because in everything I do, I pray. Whenever you go to the matches, I do pray, because I was in the past like 4 years before. Right now, at least you can see a lot of ladies, but I've gone through a lot in that field, because it's a lot of men. So I used to just hold my Bible wherever I go, because there's a lot is happening in the world of football, which I don't want to scare anybody, but if you're targeted, if you're focused, you just go for it. So I used to move around with my Bible. I pray. When I reach in my office, I need to pray, because I just feel that that is the only way. And with no, I think I made it's something, Christ is my friend. So I believe when I communicate with him directly, there's something he's going to do for me before I even start the day. So before I walk out, if he walk in front of me, I'll be able to walk further. But if I don't put him in front of me, I'll find a lot of challenges. Then later I'll come and regret and say, oh, Christ was not there, but I need to set him first in front of me. Then I move forward. So I think by setting my goals in January, and then I'm saying like, may my Lord please go in front of me. So that has happened for me, and it has been my strong pillar in this sports world. Trust me.
Great, fantastic. I really love that. That's quite a great inspiration. And you've talked about sports, and you're in a field actually that is dominated mostly by men. I just want to know, what are some of the challenges that you have faced on your way to the top of sports administration in this country, and how did you cope up with these challenges?
It's been stressful, because first, you look around you, there's no lady. You go to the field, there is no one who is going to be supportive so much unless, but one thing, apart from my family, Tusker FC is also like my second family. There are people who I've been spending much of my time with because from morning to evening I'm with them. Those 30, 40 men, those are the people I interact with most of the time. So from the company, the support they've been giving me. So everywhere we go, they don't just see me as a lady, they see me as part of them. So I used to get that attachment and feel I'm home, but it only comes when we're in the field and then there is the other teams which had not incorporated. They just don't understand like why is a lady coming here because of the cultural thing. Because yeah, we are Africans. There are those culture which needs to be abolished, and people just need to like speak out and just adjust to we're in the 21st century. So guys need to like just adjust and know that there are ladies who also love sports. So for me, I face like they don't want you to be there. First of all, they don't want you to be in the field. They don't want you to like they don't want me to take my pictures. Just a lot of stuffs. And it was form of discrimination. You say only discrimination, racism happens on this other side, but it really also happened on the other side because in my place of work at Tusker, I'm very much okay. I'm very much fine. But in the world, when I come out, how are those guys? How they're going to perceive me? Because there's somebody who was ametoka mashinani, does not understand. Like, no, a lady shouldn't just be there. But last year in 2019, a lot changed. I think KPL had a talk, and then now they were used to me. They got used to these ladies there. We're not going to do anything. So they started adjusting. They're like, they can say hi to me, but some of them never said hi to me, even in the field. I was like, if I say hi to you, they think like I'm going to do something on the match. So I'm like, oh my God, come on. That's what made me like stick with my Bible for long, because I was like, this is my only solace. If you want to do something to me, this is my solace. So I put my Bible in my bag with my laptop, my camera. That was how my backpack used to look like. So the challenges with I used to meet a lot of ladies. I'm telling them, you need to come into this field.
Yes.
Don't be afraid. You can also do it. If you're a journalist and you have a power for sports, come into it. Just do it. Don't be afraid that so-and-so is going to do this and this. Trust me, like at the corner flag, I was like, for the past 4 seasons or 5 seasons in the men's side, I was the only photographer. You're like, where are the ladies? I know they're brilliant photographer ladies who are outside there. I know they're brilliant journalists who really want to do the sport. So a lot of them, the journalists could sit on the terrace, but inside the field, you find yourself. So I'm really, if right now, if you can just tell me like there are ladies who are coming out and taking photos at the ground, I'll really smile out, because they need to stand out. They need to show that they're there. And not only there, they need to be qualified. The quota system is just not there to like absorb you in. You need to show them that you're qualified for it. It's not a matter of just having some space for you. You need to take up that space by qualifying for that.
Great. Actually, that was just an amazing advice that you gave out to the ladies out there who want to venture in sports, because you're a great inspiration to the ladies out here who really want also to indulge in sports. And I'm really happy that you have given them a very powerful advice. And as we wind up, I just want you to tell me, do you have like any kind of a saying or a motto that you live your life by?
A saying or a motto?
Yeah.
I love singing a lot. I don't know if I have. The only saying that I usually follow a lot is from Nelson Mandela. Apart from that, is for real my Bible. I just read and sing along. But when Nelson Mandela says that sports has the power to change the world, it can unify you, it can bring you to the way in which you cannot understand. It's really true, because we can speak in different languages, but sports will bring us together. And then on the other side, on my Bible, is that God has the life on your palms. And it's in Psalms, like, he knows you. You are like in his palm, he can see what you can do. So all the life, nobody should tell you that you can't do it, because whatever is written on the book, God already knows, has a plan for you in your life. So don't give up. It's just wait for your time. It's coming, because God has a plan for you and has a plan for everyone.
Oh man, that's fantastic. That's really amazing. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us as I put this to rest?
Yeah, it's the only thing I can share is if you're getting into this sports world, be open-minded.
Yeah.
And it's really intense. You just don't need to slacken. And I think it's in every industry. Kenyan ladies, I can say big up to the federation right now. They're showcasing the League of the Women, which I'm really proud of.
Yeah.
And so, ladies, let's come out. Let's do what we love. Nothing should limit you. Nothing should make you feel you can't do it. Let's just go all out for it.
Great, fantastic. Thank you very much, Diana Yonah, Tusker FC Communication Officer, all the way from Milan. And we wish you all the best in your studies as you continue scaling further in the world of sports.
Thank you very much.
Great, great, great. And my dear listeners and viewers, as you've heard from Diana Yonah, she's focused. She wants to conquer the world of sports and nothing is pulling her back. And she wants even to go further and further and to realize that even all other ladies should follow her way of doing sports and come out and be aggressive as much as she's doing. And with that, it's a wrap from Sports Insight. They call me Modix Airo. Let's do this next Friday.
More of our shows, log on to www.familymediaonline.com to enjoy a wide variety of programs from current affairs to testimonials and features, pastoral and inspirational shows, kids entertainment, and so much more. Also stream live on www.familymedia.tv.